So you're on deferred adjudication for burglary of habitation with the intent to commit assault. Do you understand that?
Yes.
What do you think the range of punishment is for that offense? If you don't know, it's okay that you don't know.
To 10?
No. I mean, burglary of habitation, the range of punishment is up to 20 years in prison. So because you're on deferred adjudication in this court, what that means is if a motion to revoke is filed, if I find that everything is true in that motion to revoke, you could potentially be going to prison for 20 years.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you've been having some positive UAs, you've been having some failures to submit, you've been providing prescriptions for things that are unrelated to your positive UA. So if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative. I was already drug tested today, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Bashan, has she
I
been?
didn't drug test her.
Oh, who drug tested you?
I called in and I had to submit this morning.
All right, we're going to have you do a drug test.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, you're going to stay on the UA hotline. Do not come back here for missing the hotline. Do not come back here for testing positive, because I'm going to notate that we had this conversation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
From here on out, everything you do, you need to ask yourself 2 questions. First question is, what I'm doing, could it result in me going to prison for 20 years? If the answer is yes, then you shouldn't do it.
Yes, ma'am.
If the answer is maybe, you shouldn't do it. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you continue on this vein, at some point in time, you're going to get caught. And when you get caught, if something's presented to me and it's the proper format, I will sign it. And that will be a motion to revoke. And what will end up happening is, wherever you may be, you could be in the middle of grocery shopping. They will take you into custody. I was at Outback one time. I'm sitting there enjoying my meal, and I heard a familiar sound. You know what that sound was?
Yeah.
Handcuffs. I'm like, what's going on here at the Outback? I turned to my right. That guy who was sitting at that table, guess what? He had just ordered his drink. Appetizers were on the table. He was getting ready in the middle of picking up his drink. They came over and they put his hand down and that drink hit the table. They arrested him and took him out. Now the manager came up to me and asked me, who's going to pay for this drink and these appetizers? I'm like, you're going to have to call whatever division arrested him. So when I say that they will arrest you wherever you may be, that means wherever you may be.
Yes, ma'am.
You could be at the HEB, just finished paying for your groceries. Now, if they're nice, they may say, is there anybody you want to call to come pick up these groceries? Otherwise, your groceries will just be left behind. Maybe HEB will store them for you, maybe not. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're going to get a UA today from probation here today.
Yes, ma'am.
I know you're saying you already called the hotline and they did a UA, but we don't get the results right away. We're going to get this result right away. So is there anything that's going to be in your system? If it is, you need to tell me now.
No, ma'am.
All right. Probation.
Yes, ma'am.
She will do a UA today. If she's positive, file a motion to revoke.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
Probation, is there anything else she needs?
No, Your Honor.
Is she doing sober meetings or anything of that nature?
Are you doing any AA or any meetings at this time?
No, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days. All right. All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. How are you doing today?
Okay.
All right. How old are you?
60.
All right. So they're saying that you are not providing any proof that you've attempted to enroll in IOP and that you're continuing to test positive for cocaine. All right. You are on deferred adjudication for assault family second offense. Do you know what the range of punishment is for that offense? Yes. So if you don't do your treatment, you're looking at potentially 10 years in the prison. Do you understand? So what are you learning from the VA?
Pause right there. This is a critical legal moment. Deferred adjudication sounds like a break, and it is, but it comes with a loaded consequence. If she violates, the judge can sentence her up to the full statutory maximum. No jury, no new trial, straight to punishment. 20 years. So ask yourself, if you were in her shoes, would you be treating probation like a second chance or like a ticking clock?
I can do the treatment, but it's 3 days a week, 3 hours a day. So it was either that or work. I chose work. But that's kind of fallen by the wayside in the last week or so.
And what do you do?
I was working at Fresh From Texas.
Okay.
We package vegetables and fruits for like shipments to HCB and stuff. Like their sauces and stuff like that.
All right, so here's the thing. You need treatment because you're continuing to test positive for cocaine. And if you were drug tested today, are you going to be positive for cocaine? All right, how often are you using?
Once a week, maybe.
All right, and what causes you to use? Is it just you're addicted to it, or there's a problem in your life? Let me use cocaine. Or is there a celebration? Let me use cocaine. Why are you using? Have you figured that out yet?
It's just the people I'm associated with at the moment.
All right, so he's already telling me he's going to be positive for cocaine. Can you see? Let's try 2 places. Let's try Veterans Treatment Court, and let's try Felony Drug Court. And then while we're waiting for those results, we're going to do the 90 sober meetings for him. If he's not accepted into any of those treatments, then I want him to come back here. Mr. McClinton, I understand that you've served. I appreciate your service. And I don't know if there's some issue or when you started using drugs, but we've got to get a handle on this. Otherwise, the last time you use could be the last time you use. Cocaine is not good for the heart. It's not good for the liver. It's not good for any of that. You understand? So probation is going to set up meetings for you with Veterans Treatment Court and Felony Drug Court. Can you call maybe and see if someone from Veterans Treatment Court can come over? We're going to see if we can get somebody from Veterans Treatment Court to come and speak to you, okay? All right, and thank you for your honesty, but you're just going to have to try and do better. All right, just have a seat, okay? Ms. Callahan, I understand that when people are on probation, and people don't understand this, right? When you're on probation, you are not allowed to do the things that people who are not on probation do. One of those things is you cannot drink alcohol. That is a 0 tolerance, no alcohol. And those are conditions that are legislated. For example, when you're on probation, guess what? You cannot own any weapons. You understand that?
Yes.
So there are a whole host of things that if you were not on probation, you could do that are legal. But since you're on probation, you're not allowed to do. And one of those is drinking alcohol. Do you understand?
Yes.
So you are on deferred adjudication for burglary.
This Outback story, it's not just colorful storytelling, it's a warning shot. The judge is driving home a psychological point to rest. Doesn't wait for convenience grocery store dinner mid-sip of a drink. That unpredictability is part of probation enforcement. Strategy, it keeps people on edge because technically they're already standing on thin ice. Do you think fear is an effective motivator, or does it sometimes push people further off track?
The habitation. Do you know what the range of punishment of that offense is?
I think up to 15 years.
No, 20. When people on probation, you should know what you're looking at if you are unsuccessful on it. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So your case, the range of punishment is up to 20 years. So what that means is if you're drinking alcohol and you should not be drinking alcohol, which you're not allowed to on probation, I could potentially send you to prison for 20 years. And the question is whether or not that alcohol is potentially worth 20 years to you. So what alcohol did you drink?
I had a glass of wine.
All right. And who is the wine by?
I don't know. I just had it with a friend.
All right. Well, I mean, what type of wine was it?
Merlot.
Is the Merlot worth it? Did you have it with a meal?
No.
Now, I will tell you this. I do know that if you're at the Bexar County Jail or if you're at the prison, they do have a way that they can make alcohol if they want to make it. I don't know if you want that one, though.
No.
It involves oranges
Absolutely.
and
not.
waiting till the mold appears on there.
No, ma'am.
So you're not allowed to drink alcohol while you're on probation. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the next issue is because of that, you were placed on GPS.
No. I was placed on GPS due to the absconding before.
Yes.
Back in 2021.
And so there's a request for removal of GPS. State, do you have any objections to the removal of the GPS?
No, well, no, Your Honor, it's my understanding the violations were for low battery and Wi-Fi issues. Yeah, not for.
Probation, do y'all have any objection
It
to?
actually wasn't right now. I'm like low battery right now. No, I promise.
No, Your Honor, no.
Oh, okay, so we'll do the removal of the GPS. And then probation. You all are recommending intensive outpatient treatment?
Yes, Your Honor. That's what the TAP recommendation was for intensive outpatient treatment.
Mhm.
From my understanding, Ms. Callahan didn't want to do intensive outpatient treatment, but she didn't have any objection to supportive outpatient treatment. And the officer of record doesn't have any objection for support, starting off with supportive outpatient.
All right, so are you all recommending starting with supportive outpatient
Yes, Your
treatment?
Honor.
All right, so we'll remove GPS, supportive outpatient treatment. And we're going to do the 90 meetings in 90 days. Probation, is there anything?
Now this is fascinating total honesty. He admits he'll test positive before the results even come in legally that admission matters, but strategically it may actually help him. Judges often weigh candor heavily when deciding between treatment and prison. This is one of those fork in the road moments, punishment or rehabilitation. Which approach do you think works better for repeat drug violations?
Else?
Can you explain the 90 meetings in 90 days to me, please?
Oh, you have to do a meeting every day for 90 days.
With my probation officer
No,
or with someone else?
it's supportive outpatient treatment. It's sober meetings. Instead of them saying NAAA meetings, they call them sober meetings.
Okay.
So that's what you need to do. And hopefully it will become a habit and you will just enjoy being around people and talking about issues.
So I'd have to present myself every day, or is it Zoom?
9 every day. And they have sober meetings throughout the city that are free. You can pick whichever one you want to go to.
Got it. Okay.
They have some that are in the morning, some are in the night, some are midday. They have them throughout the day.
Okay.
All right. Probation, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
All right. So remember what I said. If you're thinking about drinking alcohol, the first thing that should pop into your mind is, do I want to potentially go to prison for 20 years behind alcohol and start making my alcohol at the jail or at the prison with mold? Those are your options.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Just have a seat in probation. We'll go over conditions with you. All right. How long have you been at the Oxford Sober Living?
It'll be 11 months and August the 4th. So on September the 4th, it will be my year. So I've been there 10 months.
All right. And when is your mother going to the assisted living?
August the 1st.
Yes, folks. Probation.
Yes, Your Honor.
In regards to this case with her wanting to leave the Oxford Sober Living because she's saying her mother will no longer be able to take care of the 15-year-old.
Yes, Your Honor.
What type of assistance can still be given to her?
Yes.
Because I don't want her to have a backslide because she's not at Oxford House. And at least Oxford House, it's sober living.
Your Honor, we can amend for IVR hotline and either the supportive outpatient treatment or intensive outpatient treatment.
All right.
We can start there.
So I completed intensive outpatient, December.
Okay. Do you have a sponsor?
Yes.
That's a good thing.
I have my sponsor, and then so from work, if I leave work at 6, there are meetings that I can go to off of Blanco that start at 7 throughout the week. I already go to those meetings, so it's easy for me to leave work, go over there, meet my sponsor before a meeting, and go home.
All right. And who else would be living in the home with you and the 15-year-old?
Just me and my 15-year-old.
Okay. All right. So here's the thing. If you backslide, that's going to be a problem. And let me just tell you what all the problems that can happen if you backslide. Number one, maybe you won't be allowed to live with the 15-year-old anymore. You now know your mom can no longer take care of the 15-year-old.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And because of this charge, you're looking at potentially 2 years in the state jail.
Here's something a lot of people don't realize: probation conditions can criminalize otherwise legal behavior. Drinking wine on probation violation. That's the trade-off. You keep your freedom, but your freedom is restricted. The judge reframes it perfectly. Is that glass of Merlot worth 20 years? When you put it like that, it hits differently.
Facility. I'm sorry, not 2 years. It was enhanced to a third degree. So you're looking at potentially 10 years in the prison. You understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
So it appears to me that you know what you need to do to remain clean and sober. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You've got to continue to do that.
Yes.
So your mom's is moving out on August
The first.
1st.
Mhm.
And are you helping her with her move or?
Mhm.
Probation? So in this case, is there any way we can get an update from Oxford House?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so this is what we're going to do. Are you employed?
Yes.
All right, what are your work hours?
Anywhere from 8 to 6.
Is that
Monday
every day?
through Friday, and then Saturdays, if I work on a Saturday, which is not all the time, it's from 9 to 2.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Do you have a lunch break?
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to reschedule you for July 24th, but you can appear by Zoom. Are you able to do Zoom?
Yes.
All right, we'll have you appear by Zoom. That'll give me a chance and probation a chance to check with Oxford House because I don't want to set you up for failure.
Mhm.
So I'm going to see what we can do.
Okay.
But I am going to let you move with your 15-year-old. I just want some safeguards in place. So you
Okay.
don't have to worry that your 15-year-old is not going to have anybody. But I just want to see what safeguards we can put in place.
Mhm.
So we'll allow you to Zoom in on the 24th.
Okay. And then, I can give you the number to my Oxford. I don't have it on me, but like to the direct house that I'm staying in.
Yes.
And then there's a number of women, and Mr. Acevedo has emails from where I was submitting my UAs from other members of the house also. So
Okay.
he has their emails and phone numbers. And
All right. If you can make sure probation gets that. And again, don't worry about your 15-year-old not having any place to stay or not having you. I just want to make sure that there are certain safeguards in place for you.
and
So I'm going to allow that. But we'll have everything set up by the 24th, so you'll know what to do. And I'm writing in here that you may appear by Zoom.
Okay.
Okay?
I have another request, Chair.
Sure.
So I have a storage unit up in Everett, Washington,
Mhm.
and I mean I don't have the funds right now, but I mean I've been doing research on finding moving like nationwide. So if I can get funds, can I get permission to go and pack up my storage unit so it can get transferred down here?
All right. So here's the thing. I always tell people we don't cross bridges till they're built.
Okay.
So once you get that information, then the court will strongly consider it. Okay.
Okay.
And whether or not I allow you to do that depends on how well you're doing. Okay.
Okay. It's just because I don't know. Well, okay, we'll just
Yeah. Just
I'll
figure
just
out.
do my research on
Yes. Do your research. Figure out what the plan is.
it. Okay.
Don't have them on storage wars selling your stuff.
No, I know.
Have you seen storage wars?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
I don't know why people would put diamonds in a storage unit, but okay. All right. So we'll bring you back on the 24th, but it'll be by Zoom.
Okay.
And probation will provide you with the Zoom link.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now the stakes shift from prison time to something arguably more powerful: parental responsibility. The judge isn't just talking about incarceration anymore. She's talking about losing the ability to live with her child. That's leverage rooted in real life. Consequences, not just legal theory. For many people, that hits harder than any prison sentence.